Hello children, we are back with our Pandas class. In the last video, we discussed about comma separated values or CSV file in short. So let's see how this works. I remember I showed you how the CSV file can be created in an Excel, from an Excel file, correct? Now the only thing to be kept in mind is that after creating your Excel file, when we copy it or save it as a CSV file, remember the path properly. If you can't remember, when you try to access it through our Pandas file, it will be a problem. So what are you supposed to do? After creating a CSV file, which is an Excel file of course, make sure it is small in size, meaning suppose if I am trying to store 200 students details, it will not be displayed in the Pandas in this format in the correct manner, or the 200 records will not be displayed. So it will be squeezed or compressed. So automatically, if you wanted to see how your CSV file works in the Panda, you should make sure that your CSV file is small in size, okay? If it is small in size, then you can see the output properly. Okay, so we will see this function properly. The first function over here, which I have shown you earlier also, I am just showing you once again. Now that becomes your read underscore CSV file. That read underscore CSV is a function which is having that particular path as an argument, okay? Now that becomes a string. Which one? Your argument is a string. That is why it is given in double quotes. So basically, read underscore CSV file is a function which takes a string as an argument, and that argument is nothing but the path. So when you are copying the path, keep this in mind, there is a double slash. If that double slash is not coming, this will not be displayed. And when you print it, it will come just like the way it is found in your CSV, that is in your Excel file. This also I remember I showed you, but just repeating it once again, this is to rename. That means if your existing columns already there in the CSV file is having such values as ADMNO, it can be changed to ADNO. That means after displaying it in your Pandas format or in your Python script mode, when you give in place equal to true, the effect will be reflected here. So that will be changed. That's ADMNO, which is in your CSV file, will be changed here. Remember, it's changed here only. And if you just simply write print df1 dot columns, you know your columns and your row and all these things can be extracted. That will be printed as it is. So I wanted to try as your first example this one. Okay, the whole thing has to be tried, so you will see how it is coming. And if you ask me what is that I have given in data frame 1, I showed you that was your marks. So what you have to do, enter maximum 10 students marks. Before that, of course, roll number, then name, then marks of at least 5 test paper. That way you write test 1, test 2, test 3, test 4, test 5 as column name, and that you save it as a CSV file through your Excel. First step, okay? After that, you will be writing this statement in the Panda. Okay? And there you will give your corresponding path properly after saving it as a CSV file. And then if you try, of course this was ADMNO, so roll number you can change it to RNO, you try like that. And I wanted to know when we have a meeting session whether you have tried this, because majority of your other programs or examples can come with CSV files. So you should not be wondering how it is created. Why we depend on a CSV file is it is easy for us to create it, or it is easy for us to access it without wasting our time by creating a data frame using dictionary or using our series, okay? But it's all up to the different types of example when you do it. Now in the second example, though, so this was just to access it. The second example in the last video, once again we are showing it just to make sure that how you correspondingly create a data frame here from your corresponding your program, and that data frame how you put it into your CSV file. That means you are creating a data frame through Pandas and then you are storing that permanently, that is using a CSV file. For that, the function we use is to_CSV. Saving the data frame, I just scroll up to_CSV. Once you use this, remember you are setting the path where would you like to show this, and that is going to come as file1.csv in your corresponding directory called as download. So C:users admin download is a path I have set, where automatically once you do this and run the program, the file1.csv will be created. Remember, if you run this program, this one from example 2 onwards till here, you will not be seeing any output because I have not given any print command here. Only and only if you give a print command, it will work. So keep this in mind, only if you give a print command, that will be showing any output, otherwise no error will come, and when you wanted to see this, you should go to this path and check it out. So this much once again I am showing so that you won't be having any confusion. Let's move on, and that the next one was with our different statistics. Let me just scroll up. Okay, we are here. Python Pandas descriptive statistics. This also I started. Descriptive statistics mainly contain certain functions which I showed you in a very random manner or very fast manner in the last video. Some of that functions are easy to understand and some are a little difficult. You don't have to worry about how you will access or how will you get the output of this, because these particular functions you already know how this works, isn't it? So basically, when it comes to a new function like standard deviation, only you will be having confusion. But I assure you that that kind of an output question won't come. But for count, sum, median and mode and all, yeah, of course the answers will be there and you can predict the answers also. So this is a function which I showed you in the last class, and then I started showing you one example by the time that video ended. Now keep it in mind, this is a prescribed functions given in your syllabus, so you don't have to go for any extra, you just have to learn this. And since there is one particular function which is requiring our explanation, we are going for that also. Okay, so we are with the example. See, I have the dictionary created with name, Hari, Maria, Smriti, Dennis and Ben, and age and test score is created. Now when I am going to print this, you will be having data frame. This particular function is creating a data frame with columns, name, age, pre-test score and post-test score. This also I run and show you. Now when you run this one, print sum equal to df of pre-test score. Now why are we giving pre-test score in quotes? Remember, that is our column name. So that is to identify the column name, we should give it in quotes, correct? And if you give sum, that particular pre-test scores, the entire values are added and the sum is coming. And if you write this into a object, me is a variable object where I am storing the mean of the same, you will be getting an answer here. So let's just see whether I have copied this into our, no I haven't. So I am going to copy that into your Python and show you, because it's easy for you and me to explain it and understand it, isn't it? So let's just copy the whole example. No, this much is not required. So we are going with, Control C, I am creating a new file where I am pasting what we have done, and I am going to run the program. then definitely you know what will happen. So I am going to write here stat.py. And a lot of examples have come. Okay, let's run and see whether it's going to work or not. So the first one I am going to show you till here where you printed. The rest let it be there, but then I am just going to comment it as usual. Then we will check out with one by one. So the first one, this much is there. Let's see whether it works or not. Yeah, so this is it. The sum is the Pareto score sum, and mean of that is you totaled it and you know how your mean is calculated. So that's how it is being displayed as 19.4. Now let us run one by one, which I have commented. No, this is back with our program here. Yeah. So now the highest score. See, if you wanted to get the highest score and the minimum score, I can also use, remember that column numerical number also. Now I am using the column name only. So keep it in mind, if you want you can change your column into a numerical statistics style. That means instead of writing post test score depending upon the position or the location of your column, that number also can be given. So it's basically 0, 1, 2, 3. So df of 3 dot max also will give you, but this is more easy. So I am so that we can identify which one I am going through, I am using this technique. So min and max, you know what is it doing. Let's run the program. Yeah, this is it. See, you have your first one displayed, and the highest score of post test is 70, the lowest score of post test is 34, as it is shown here very clearly. Your lowest and the highest is printed. Now again, to move forward, we have the next set of function. Now STD, that is your standard deviation short form, okay, and variance. You remember in our this one, our NumPy, we discussed variance, but I am assuring that this is to just to know the function name. The question won't be coming for variance, and the next one also quantile. So quantile I am explaining a little bit in this video, or continuation will be there in the next video. So this much I am going to run once again. Let's see what is the output now. Okay, see, a big number came, which is not easy for us to calculate. Again, variance also and quantile also. These three functions, they will ask, okay, which is a function to find the quantile, which is a function to find the variance, which is a function to find the standard deviation. So the function name you should keep it in mind. Okay, without the function name you won't be able to see. So back to our function. Continuation of that. Now you have median and mode. Let's continue completing everything, because now you have only count and absolute left out. So I'll run once again the whole thing, and let's see the output again. There's a small problem because I didn't delete this. So now if you run this and if you continue, see the last one, the absolute value. What is the absolute value doing? Negatives are removed. There is no negative here, so negative won't be displayed. And then count equal to 5 is coming, because 5 is the count. Mode, see, it's given that that mode should be given in, actually this is the way the output, see I had given here mode and then I had given BF of post_mode. All the values are displayed with mode as a heading. So when you see the output, mode will be coming in the same line and the next line only 034 should come, but it coming like this because we have given it. Okay. So these are the statistics functions. So basically, which is more easy for you to understand, that sum, then max, then min, count, absolute, and even the mode and the mean also, correct? This much you can calculate by yourself. So such questions are definite. Other we will see accordingly when the sample question paper comes. But since it is given there, I am planning to just show you what exactly is your quantile. Okay. So that's a plan of this video. So quantile, I have shown one example. Wait. So just to say that what is mode, what is median and medium and all, I am giving here mode is a value that appears most often in a set of values. So suppose if you have a value which is coming many times or often in your corresponding set, that will be the mode. Okay. But if my case nothing was repeated, so everything came together, and mean is the average of the set of values which you know, and median is the middle number from a set of values. So if you have a confusion, you can try out with your mode, mean and median. So this is not explained earlier, I just showed you this median and mode. So basically median is the middle value. If you run the program once again, you can see the middle value is that 57, and mode is repeatedly showing everything because everything is coming, there is no repeated value. Suppose if I had given 55 2 times, 62 2 times, those two will come. So try out this example. Mainly it is your duty to take out this and try out this and get your answers properly. Then what is explained here will be more clear to you. That means what is this mode, mean and medium. So this much is the new set of values to you. Okay, so let's continue. You have your quantile and quartile and percentile. I don't know how much effectively you can understand with the example I have given, but I am trying my level best to make you clear about this. Let's not go to this and all. It's just vague one. You read this. Okay, a student attended an exam along with 1,000 others. Okay, he got 68% marks. How good or bad he performed in the exam? How will we know? Only if you take the whole mark sheets of the 1,000 students, we can know where exactly he stands. So what will be his rank overall? What will be his rank if there were 100 students overall? We are making it as 100. Okay. So 1,000 I am just deleting, I am making 100. So small amount. For example, with 68 mark, he stood at the 90th position. There are 910 students who got less than 68. This 910 is for that 1,000 only. So, yeah, this is it. That means, if with the 68 mark, he is standing at the 90th position, means there are other 910 students who got less than 68. So only 89 students got more marks than him, correct? So in that case, his 91 is his percentile. That means instead of stating 68 marks, 91% gives a good idea on his performance. Now this is exactly what quantile is doing to you, or doing with the kind of some questions. Okay, so if you can understand this section, you will understand what is quantile doing, but basically calculating is little difficult. But still we will go for one example. Okay, so percentiles makes the data easy to read. So if you cannot explain in any other manner, this is the best example with which you can explain it. So when you learn this, there is quartiles and quantiles. Okay, percentile, the 1,000 thing will be divided in the whole population into 100 groups, whereas quartile divide the population into 4 groups. So this is how it is coming. See, 25 small percentage, P equal to 50 means second quartile, P equal to 75 means third quartile. Anyway, I will not be going into the further calculations of anything of this. I just wanted to explain what is a percentile if anybody asks you with the help of this example. That's enough. Okay. Basically in a Viva and all, if they ask, and this one, see, okay, 0 quartile equal to 0 quartile equal to 0%. 100 percentile means you have 4 quartile. It means you are dividing the whole lot into 4 groups. 75 percentile means you are whole dividing. It means if 75 people are there, you are dividing it into 3. And if 50 percentile is there, you are dividing into 2. Like that, you can divide your whole group into this section. Okay. Now, let us see one example is there. I don't know how that works, whether it's going to work it properly or not. We are going to try it together only. So, this is it. So, quantiles are the best set of values that divides a data set into groups of equal size. For example, in the figure there are 9 values that splits the data set. Okay. So, this is it. I am making short. Okay. I have made it a short, print the data frame. This function, if you try to use it with a quantile of 0.2 for each column in the data frame. Now, you know the each columns are this one, and find the product over the index axis. So, if I am writing like this, df dot quantile 0.2 axis equal to 0. You should know in axis equal to 0 stands for index axis, isn't it? So, the answer will be, for the first one is 1.8, B it will be 2.8, C it will be 2.0 and D will be 3.8. That means you are calculating the whole quantile calculation with the help of 0.2. How much require or how much you require for the quantile of 0.2. So, by trying it out this, you can make a short idea about how this particular this works. Again, you can find the quantile function to find 0.1, 0.25, 0.5, 0.75 quantiles along the index axis. Again, the same thing if you try. Just delete these two, it's not required. Yeah. This is your program again, the same question, and I have used quantile function there, and this time I have made that as a list and I have given axis equal to 0. So, each of this list is taken into consideration and the values of A, B, C, D is changed according to this section. This quantile of 0.1 for the first answer, second one, third one respectively. So, these two examples, if you have some idea, you should tell me whether you got the idea of it, or if not, you don't have to worry, because we are explaining more than what we actually want, considering the fact that what kind of questions we come, depending upon that we should move. So, basically your quantile and your quartile will be asked to find out what is it. So, that first explanation is required to finish it off, and 2 examples is also given to you. Let me know how this works. I know this part is little difficult, because even to understand that in a vague manner it is very difficult. So, let us not waste our time by going on further explaining. Aggregate function I will explain in the next class. Let us fix on with that. Okay, no? Thank you.